There are some lenses out there that just don't have a great reputation. Now, no lens is perfect, so I guess that's understandable, but today's lens, a lot of people don't really like. But after spending some time with it, I've grown to be quite fond of it, flaws and all. And I want to tell you guys about it. The 18mm f2 has a strange thing going on. You'll find that this 11-year-old lens has a minority of die-hard fans, but mostly people who just don't care for it or wouldn't even give it to their worst enemy. But after spending some quality time doing street photography and documenting my photography classes with my high schoolers, I think a lot of people are too hard on it. We'll get down to the details in a second, but also in this video, I'll be testing out this new microphone from Hollyland called the Lark Max. It was sent to me, I get to keep it, and they have no bearing on what I may say about it in this or in my future videos. Now, of course, if you guys like it and you want to buy one, check the link in my description. If it checks out, I may do some more outdoor vlogish type videos with it in the near future. But first things first about the lens, I love how small it is. This is the ideal size for an unobtrusive everyday street carry that fits into any bag and just keeps the camera out of the way. While the newer 18mm 1.4 is easily the best performing Fujifilm lens I've ever used, almost every time I use it, I wish that it was small like this. Now, I'm sure many of you out there would happily sacrifice the image quality and speed gained by the 1.4 solely for the smaller footprint of this one, and I don't blame you at all. But here's where things get polarizing. Even on an XH2, the autofocus is aggressively average. You can feel that this lens is about to start 6th grade, as these 11-year-old motors are huffing. You can definitely hear it, but it's nowhere near as bad as people try to make it seem. The focus isn't at the point where you're gonna be missing every single photo, or even most of them, but it's noticeably slower than really any lens that came out after it, which is to be expected because it's one of the oldest in the system. But the saving grace comes in with the image quality. The lens truly shines here. It has the built-in character and ever so slight softness that you may find in something like a soft Glimmer glass filter or even a Voigtlander lens. It truly is something that makes the images stand out against more clinical options. This is for the people out there who want built-in character from the go and aren't overly concerned with edge-to-edge sharpness. I truly can't think of a time where I looked at one of my images or somebody else's and thought, wow, the corners are soft, the image is now ruined. So even though I've shot everything from APS-C to medium format, there's still a lot that I can appreciate about how this lens resolves images. I'd put the character right in the middle of how Voigtlander lenses and the legendary XF35 1.4 resolve. Image quality and size aside, the actual build quality is fine. The lens has an all-metal build, and in the hand it feels pretty good. I actually took it out during a drizzle, I probably shouldn't have, but even though it's not weather sealed at all, it survived and it's been working just fine since. As someone who enjoys manual focus, the focusing ring does leave a little bit to be desired as far as overall tactility, but it's perfectly fine for the casual and street scenarios you'll likely find yourself in. The aperture ring, however, does feel excellent. It has the right amount of resistance and clickiness that makes Fuji's lenses so enjoyable to hold in your hand. But all in all, this 11-year-old lens, who is it for? Though the 18-1.4 is my best Fujifilm lens on the market, I think this one still has a reasonable place in the lineup. Where this one lacks in corner-to-corner sharpness and overall speed, it more than makes up for it in compactness and unique character. Also within the price, as you can easily find it used for around $400, around half of the cost of the 1.4 version. This lens is for anybody who wants a compact carry and isn't overly concerned about apex sharpness and image quality. Rarely are the memories of our lives enhanced by an extra 20% of sharpness in an image. I think paired with the X Pro and XE series especially, a lens like this really shines and can bring a kit to life. But a hypothetical Mark II update of this lens is a potential gold mine that Fuji could easily cash in on. If this lens had faster autofocus, weather sealing, and a better manual focus ring, I don't know, man. Something like a hypothetical X Pro 4, that could go toe-to-toe with a Leica Q or even the M series. But hey, what do I know? Thank you to Fuji for sending me the camera and the lens, and for always being okay with me sharing my opinions on whatever it may be. To Hollyland for sending out this microphone. Guys, let me know what you think of it. But most importantly, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.